So welcome everybody. I will today speaking about IT infrastructure in the company. So let's start it with a few words about me. I'm Dominika. I'm currently based in Warsaw, Poland, working with the IT more than 13 years. And currently my journey at the Miratech is about more over the 6 years. So I would say most of the system which our company provided and which are used by our employee. My superpowers, I would say, they are the IT, IT incident and IT problem management. I resolve most of the cases which aligns for the first line. Leading, performing our team for the first line, resolving the hardware issues. We manage also new infrastructure on the cloud, so it's necessary to have proper information and knowledge about Microsoft 365. And during my not not conquering digital challenge, I'm using my free time at the mountains. So let's start it. Go inside the tech. When I started my journey, I would like to say that I didn't know anything about tech companies. I started as an intern it was my first job. I have only finished my study, but it was surprising to me how much knowledge needs to be learned and how much I need to grow. So for this, it was first of all challenge. For the second one, it was curiosity, what I can do, what I don't know. So let's start it maybe with the simple question to our audience. What challenges have you faced while using maybe mobile phone, computer, software in your life? You can unmute it or raise the hand.
Are we talking some specific problems or any problem?
Any problems which you have in your life? Okay, maybe Ina, you can share information. What problem last time you have?
Well, we speak about technology. My computer keeps crashing, with a blue screen on me, like once or twice a week. So I think it's on the way out. I'm gonna ask for a new one pretty soon.
I would rather to make the request for it and we will take care about it. Okay, Sofia, you can raise the hand.
Yeah, I guess sometimes it could be a little bit problems with the connecting to something or when something is not working and you don't know what's happening and you can't do anything with that and it's kind of so annoying sometimes. Or just you cannot know how to do something and you start to Google it and understand how you stupid you are. So that's why.
Yes, that's why one of the part of our work that we ask for the knowledge from the other sources, and sometimes it's very simple resolution. Okay, thank you for your input, Anastasia.
I think some software bugs or glitches, I mean, apps freezing or crashing unexpectedly, or maybe some operating system errors, or also Wi-Fi dropping in the middle of a video call.
Yes, those are exactly the challenges which we face every day, and trying to find the way how to quickly resolve it without the information or without the time, because time is pressure. And I know there's such I would say, issue. Last time I just choose one function of the Copilot, run of the function in my laptop, and it crashed whole the presentation. So sometimes it's unexpectedly faces, and we in our IT trying to resolve each case by case. And here is, I would say, image how it looks like. We have different servers, different systems, or all of the systems and servers are connecting in specific way. We need to know which system is properly like connected, how to connect it. If we add any, I would say, element to this system or trying to change just one element, you need to change everything. So we need to have basic knowledge about how the servers works, what we are using, what we can change, and know the connection. Because if you cancel one connection, it can be effect of the other systems. So sometimes, as you mentioned, as our audience mentioned, there is some interruptions with the internet, and it can cause that lack of the internet will be also reason why you cannot access to the some system. So let's go on, and I would say this is me many years ago when I started my career and went to first intern job. And I would say I have many questions, many errors on my laptop. I couldn't know what is going on. And it was surprising for me. I received a lot of knowledge in the very short time. And this was one of the reasons why it was interesting and challenging for me. Each time, each day, having new challenges. Some of the challenges could be the same, but after the time, if you even read the some solution in the like by the internet, it could be that the solution will not work for all employees. So sometimes we received some, for example, updates on the laptops, and for the mostly of the laptops, it works fine. But some of them having some errors, and there's the magic started. So time to unleash the IT secret, how the IT works, how we can manage all the things, because it is challenging not only for user, but only for us. So one of them is that each team has their own ticket system, which is using for all the requests, all the information that comes from our employees. Employees can create such tickets by calling to us, by reading by sending the email, or just create ticket inside the system. This system has many functions, and it depends what is happening. For example, we have incidents. Incidents appears when we have some disconnections between the systems. For example, there is not working system. There is lack of the internet. Some of the application is not working. We have problems with the printing, or the main computer is not working and we cannot log in. The other one type of the requests which we faced during our work are the problems. The basic problems is probably it's always the cause of from a few of the incidents which came like to bigger issue. For example, some updates on the server goes wrong, and it appears that those updates makes the crashes of the server. For example, Ina said that she time to time received some blue screen, and it could be that there was some software installed on her laptop, which caused effectively after the time the blue screen, and she cannot work properly. The other one is service requests. Service requests are the formal ask requests from the users when they want something, for example, change or something new. It could be installation of the software, it could be access to the system, or just changing the password. It could be also if the user wants the new laptop for working and to have it that we provide have like good access to the system, and we provide the good services. Next one are the changes, because every day everything change and we have new updates, new system, new requirements. So change is one of the part of the IT. There is no simple day that will look the same in IT. Every day will be new challenges. So the changes, it could be that we want to, for example, update some system on the servers, or we want to, we have some application on the mobile phone or laptops which require the new version of the application. Or just we need to provide or add some new servers, and it will be also the change of the communication and configuration all in the network. The last one are information requests. Requests are if we don't know something. So if the user asking how I can configure the email on my mobile phone, where I could find the instruction for this software, or what are the hours that we are working. So we have many employees, and due to this, we have many tickets. And one of the reason and the challenge for new employee is to check the tickets and to work with them. But due to that, we have many employees, we have also many requests. So the first challenge for the intern is to recognize which tickets are the most important and which are not. For this particular answer, we have two factors: urgency and impact. Every ticket has their own priority based on the two factors: business impact and emergency of the incident. So we have emergency critical, high, medium, and low. The same for the impact: critical, high, medium, and low. So the the impact, it could be depends of the system or the group which affect. Some of the companies have their own policy, provided the list of the critical system which are required for the working and to have the full support from the IT. So, for example, this is the example of the matrix, impact and urgency, which can provide us the information about priority of the ticket. Each company has their own matrix, and depends of this, they can easily say which tickets are critical and which are not critical. Depends of the priority of this matrix and priority of the tickets. We can say how long IT needs to have the response. So, for example, if we received some ticket that some system is not working, we try to ask firstly the questions if it's not working only for you or it's not working for some of the other employees. Why it's so important? Because some critical system we need to investigate if it's issue on the one person or it's or it's a problem with the whole company. So this matrix can be, it's like an example of the matrix. It could be different. This matrix should be, I would say, set in IT, and each IT department could have different matrix. It depends of the what is the business, what are the business needs of the IT, and what are the business needs of the company. So let's maybe go to some basics. And we have like one of the cases, the user write the request to us that his mouse is not working. He tries to connect by the Bluetooth, but it's still not working. He has possibility to work by the touchpad, or he has also the other one mouse. So maybe someone from the audience could share more information. What would be the priority of this ticket?
Well, I would say it has a medium level of impact on the user's computer, but it's not really that urgent of a problem since you can still use the key components of the computer without using without using the mouse.
Yeah. Thank you for your input, Juan. If it's urgency, I'm like totally agree. It's low. It's no cases that the person cannot work. The person can use other devices, like for example, use touchpad, use the wired mouse. So there is no urgency for it. So the priority for the urgency, it will be low. But let's go like further because you may mentioned that it could be higher than low of its impact. And now it's question who this employee is. Because if it's like a CEO of company, it will be much higher priority and impact. But if it's like the user who like work and it's affect only one person, in this situation, the priority we could make the law. But always is the question is what is the person, what role has this person in our company? So in the end of the analysis, I would say if it's a normal user, we can go for the priority low. But if it's like CEO, it could be even, I would say, from medium to high. It depends of the internal policies, internal information, what what kind of level is the employee who is requesting for the help. And we have another example. Here we have company where the email is not working for all of them. So email is not working. The whole company cannot send the emails. They cannot contact with the IT support by the email. Maybe someone from the audience can say something about purity level of this ticket.
Could you repeat, please, the last few sentences as you said?
Okay, so the issue is we received information that emails are not working for home company. Employees cannot work, send the emails, not receiving the emails. And the question might, what would be the purity of the level of this ticket?
I guess it's kind of so big problem, like an emergency, because it's like really, really bad for all the company not to communicate, and it's kind of, in this case, it will be really bad and crucial.
Yes, that's correct. I would say it will be, as you mentioned, very big problem for us. Mail system is the crucial communication channel for each company, and each time this system is critical. So urgency will be critical, and impact it will be critical because of this. Let's go further, and we have some frameworks who help us get the best practices in the IT service management. One is the ITIL. It's Information Technology Library. So it's comprehensive set of the best practices for the IT service management. So here we have, for example, service strategy. So we are documenting all the needs which business needs or the services which are required from the IT, including service portfolio or policies. There is also service design. So how the services and all the services levels, all the urgency, purity, impact should be inside this service design. There's some other like service transitions for document of the transition from one service to another. For example, if the service doesn't have it's it's old and we need to provide new services due to some security policy, we need to prepare it like correctly, investigate if it's possible to change, and those documentation, those practices in the ITIL help us to manage this process smoothly. It is only the documentation, and it's only the best practices. Each company has their own ITIL, all services written down. It's not necessary to take all the best practices and have it implemented at the company. It's only the guidelines that we like choose this one, and it will be helping us navigate all the changes, all the necessary process which we have. And it's also the guidelines for the user, that the user know what we can like what service we provide, for example. The other one is COBIT. It's control objective for information related technology. COBIT is IT governance framework. that helps organization manage and govern the IT expertise. So the question is why we need two of them? Why just not put it on the one? So while we have ITIL, we are focusing more about how to manage IT services. But COVID is providing the framework, what needs to be government and management. So, for example, COVID related to the documentation, which includes IT government policy, risk management documentation, migration plan from one service to another, compliance documentation. So we have audits of the system regulatory requirements. So integration of both of them, it's well-being to have both of them. Each organization can choose one of them. They can choose both of them or neither. But each time, if you face information about IT services, there will be one of them mentioned in the job description to work with the ITIL or work with the COVID. So when I started my job, I was asking, am I only the one of the team? I was the first woman in the IT team, and it was a surprise for me how what is the what I need to learn. I received a small book about ITIL, what is the ITIL and what is going on. So when I started reading it, there was the information about lines supports. And I started to notice how I can receive more information about my team. So I joined to a company as an intern. And this is the first line of the support. So the most responsibility for this first line support is initial contact with user. That user provides some requests or provide information that they necessarily need something. So first line support is the person who collects all the information from the user. If it's possible that the question from the employee is very basic and we have already solution for it, we also provide the solution right away. If we are handling, the first line support is responsible for handling IT system tickets. So if there is any ticket created from the user to IT, the first line IT support is responsibility to check it, check what is going on, ask more questions about it, check if it's possible to resolve it as quickly as is. If it's more complex problem, it could be escalated to next line. But if I will ask what will be the main questions from the person from this line. So for example, if it's like a problem with the monitor, we'll ask if it's connected to the power, if it's connected to the laptop. If it's problem with the internet, we could ask for employee to reset the router or ask what are the lights on the router. If it's problem with the laptop, we often ask, did you restart the laptop and check again? If the problem is more complex, it goes to the second line. So second line is response for much deep problems which require the deep technical knowledge. Those problems which they received, they are received from the first line. That first line didn't be able to resolve it and ask for help. I would say the most typical questions from this person is asking more technical questions. That's why those second line responsibility person doesn't have contact with the user, because they are sometimes asking the like the very specific IT questions, and knowing that not everybody has a knowledge about IT, the most of the information, if they are missing some information to resolve some problems, it could address back this ticket to first line. If the ticket is more and more complex, that required change, which involves a system change, and it is not possible to resolve it immediately, the ticket can go higher to the first line. So the first line resolve the most difficult, complex problem. Sometimes it's the changing environment, changing one system or providing new services. Those in the first line mostly are the person who knows the system very well, and it could be the person which is architect of the system, who knows the connection between the systems, and he can manage the update of the system from one system to another. If we talk about, okay, we have first line, we have second line, and we have third line. But sometimes we need also the main boss. So in this configuration, I would say sometimes the first and second and the third line, they have their own boss who is checking the request, checking what is going on inside the team, and escalate if it's possible that some requests need to be resolved immediately. Some need to be having the more, I would say, help from the other one. For example, if the ticket is in the first line, but it's urgent and need to be resolved right away, the boss from the second line can escalate it right away to boss from the second line to take a look at this kind of ticket. In the small companies, we can see that all three lines, it could be the one boss who manage all. But in the large companies, we often see that each line has their own boss. So we know already what are the lines, what they are responsible. Maybe someone from the audience can say something. What do you think? What skills we need in IT?
Well, maybe problem-solving skills and teamwork skills.
Yeah, it's one of the crucial ones. Thank you, Juan. Maybe somebody else?
Like ditto the thing, I guess.
Yes. So I would like to those IT skills make it as the two categories. First one, it's our technical skills. So knowing the operation system like Windows, macOS, and Linux also sometimes. Knowing some basic about basic network, so how the routers works, how the switches works, how to connect directly printer from like by the Wi-Fi, maybe by the cable, maybe by other connect cable direct from the laptop to the printer. Also, there is some hardware skills, for example, how to fix the mouse, how to fix the keyboard, how to fix, if it's possible, the laptop, check the check the parameters of the laptop and try to investigate what is going on with the laptop. Also, we have some skills like to check with the servers. We not only work with the laptops, we have also data centers, which requires us to have knowledge about servers, how to put it correctly, how to connect them, how to change the parts of the servers. If there is any failures with the server, we need to investigate what is going on. If it's like the issue with the broken disk, if it's a problem with the power supply, we are investigated it by the checking the logs and trying to fix it right away. The other one is software skills. So each time we need to know about the software which we use. The main one is the ticket systems, which are required for communicating with the all employees. The other one is like specific one about the softwares and system which we have. So it could be some Windows servers. It could be some, for now, cloud solutions. It's one of the cloud solutions are one of the most popular one, and provides this technical skills. I would say it's never-ending story. We always received new information, new possibility, new devices. So this knowledge, it's not like closed book. It's always open, like the internet, and each time you learn new things. The other one skills which I wanted to mention are soft skills. So there are the most crucial for the user interaction. It's the communication, so we can communicate properly with the user, try to talk with their language, try to use sometimes some metaphors or some like examples to like provide the communication. The person who like work in IT need to know that problem solving is the most skills which is required. So each time we face the problem, the problems could be the same, or the problem could be not the same. So we need to be aware if we received some requests which sounds very the same, like similar to the other. We need to be aware that there is like 100% it will be working, but in some of the cases there was some changes, and it could be that the solution will not work for this particular person. So we need to be open that some solutions will stop working, and we need to find the other one solution which will work for this. Also, the time management. Time management was one of the crucial things because we have only limited time for the support. And one of the knowledge about which tickets are the most purity and start working with them. It's one of the helpful, I would say, tool in the IT. We also actively think about what our employee needs. If it's need to change some equipment, if the functionality of some of the services are not good. Those required patience and empathy because we understand that we are providing some services and those services need to be provided perfectly. Due to changes in the company, we need to think that change is one of the things which happens every day. So from those skills soft is necessary to have to adaptability because each time we will face the new challenge and each time it will be different solution. So adaptability help us be focused and be positive that we find the way and find the resolution right away. So we discussed about technical and soft skills. So maybe let's talk about how the journey in IT could look like. So from the first line, we have many options. And it depends of the person, what the person like to, which way to go. Every way is open, I would say. It depends of the what person knows and what the skills have. So from the specialization, for example, from the first line specialization, we can go to the system administrator. So the system administrator handling more complex issue, deeper troubleshooting. So in this position will be required more information, more technical information about system which is inside the company. We have network administrator engineer. So this will be require more information about network. It could be that there will be necessary to pass some exam certification of the network to clarify that person have enough knowledge. So some of the certification for this position focusing about design, implementation, and maintenance network infrastructure in the company. The other one we have cloud engineer. So we can say the person is specialization with the cloud platform like Azure or Google Cloud. We have also the security team. So those are the person who focusing the incidents and some problems and defense between the, for example, firewall on the laptops or the systems. Person also can, if it's possible, it's possible and required from the person, goes to the technical writers. I face that some of the person doesn't want to go like strictly to IT, doesn't want to learn, but we always need the person who will provide good documentation. The good documentation need to be updated. So each time, also we have to have the person who writes the documentation check if it's updated and actual. From first line support, you can also go to the IT project coordinator or later manager. This requires the information about about the frameworks which I mentioned, for example, COBIT and ITIL. Sometimes it's necessary to pass those exams to prove the knowledge about implementation of the frameworks. We have also a DevOps engineer, so person who brings development and operation, focusing more about automation and continuous delivery of the systems. So, I talk about the persons and journeys, and also mention a little bit about certification. So the most popular certification we have CompTIA, we have Microsoft, we have Cisco, which is certified for mostly for the network. We have two Google. We have one of two Googles, like Google Cloud and certificate and also the certificate for the cloud. So the certification, if somebody will ask me if the studies are necessary to go to IT, I would say no. The most common things which are required to be in IT are the soft skills and the possibility to learn. You can learn by the studies. It helps. But also if you, for example, work and want to change your journey to IT, there is always open doors. It depends of you and depends of your skills. So how we could make the choice? We can think about self-assessment, for example. Do I enjoy solving problems? Maybe yes, maybe not. Am I patient? Am I empathic? That the person will ask the same question, and every day I need to provide the answer. This sounds like challenge a little bit. Am I have a journey interesting about technology because it's changing and it's necessary to learn every day, or sometimes like joining to the conference, learning new skills. Am I a good communicator? That our services which we provide are communicate very well. If we don't know our self-assessment, what we want, there is also some of the tests which you can make it and could check your personality. And it depends of your personality. You can choose your own way, but it's only the knowledge about your strong skills. Also, you can go and know your skills which you need to earn. So I was talking about that you need to go and search self-assessment in your site. But so you need to go inside sometimes. You need to make the research, go to the job descriptions and look what they want, what they need. what problems you can like help to resolve. You can also go to and talk with the other people who are the same, having the same role, the same experience, and this research can be done by the like looking for the job description, for example, in the LinkedIn. But you can also receive the information in by the networking, going for some conference and listening to them or asking more questions. Each person will be happy to answer. I didn't, during my career, there was no person who said that they will not bring the answer. Or they are very happy to, like, during conference, during networking, they are happy to help you. So one of the also, like, making the choice is start learning. It could be go to the studies. It could be go and start your online courses for some of the entry-level certification. It depends of totally you what you want to go. And the last one is like start getting experience, gain experience. Look for the volunteering opportunities. Look for the internship. During my career, I have the person who didn't finish the IT. Person was from the economic school only, and we managed to work in the IT team with this person. So it depends of like what you desire. IT is always open, and as I would say, every job require special skills. Some of the skills in the IT can be transferred to another sector, another job. It could be not IT, but I would say recommend to investigate. In the end, I would like to ask you if you have any additional questions.
Well, I was a bit curious about the level problems. Like for example, what would be a problem that a level 3 team should handle?
For example, if there is new policy about some software, we are, for example, migrating from a service which we have done in our data center to cloud. It requires a lot of changes. It's not like change only migrate the data to the cloud. They need to know what are the requirements for the cloud, what are the connections, the servers in the data centers, the system in the data centers, use the different login, a different authorization than system in the clouds. And sometimes we need to firstly synchronize those systems, make it compatible to shut down the servers on the premise. So this is one of the case that the person knows that it will require more changes. And sometimes it's like, sometimes it's required also the test. So it's not like we are like migration, as you heard, like everybody is like migrating to the cloud. But if the company has many systems and want to migrate to cloud, it requires time and it requires investigation, system per system, if it's possible to migrate to cloud. If it's not possible to migrate to cloud, they need to decide what to do. Do we need to, for example, change the system which we have? What we need to, if we need this data from the system, maybe we could transfer the system to another one in the cloud. It could be that it helped us to solve the one system which was migrated to the cloud, but still having a lot of other systems which required some changes. Did I answer you to this question, or you want to have more information about it?
No, I think that's enough.
Yeah, thank you for the question, Juan. Anybody else? So yeah, so let's go to the summary. And I talked today about ticket system, how we deal with the ticket system. That ticket system is one of the main system which used in the IT. How to prioritizing the requests. What are the common issue technical and how to prioritize them well. We discussed also about IT support line, the first, second, and the third. Mention about some skills that they need and the certification which could be required during your IT journey. And thank you for your, I would say, our audience. Thank you for your time, thank you for the questions.
To be honest. So loudly explaining.
Say again, Sophia?
I said thanks a lot, so loudly explaining. I guess it was so hard to understand how it works, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Dominika, wonderful presentation. I absolutely love the theme of your presentation, Alice in Wonderland, and you could probably tell our audience what AI tool you use to generate these wonderful pictures.
I would say few of them I used, and I use it so much that my artificial intelligence for first time said that unfortunately no, you cannot generate more images. I need to wait for tomorrow. So I try with the another accounts, but it looks like I was blocked. So I went to in the end of the possibility of the artificial intelligence. So it was funny journey. I used Canva for creating this lovely presentation, and Gemini for some of the Alice. Creating some of the Alice pictures. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful and very, very structured and very clear. Amazing. I can see how much time you put into putting this presentation together. Thank you so much, Dominika. Absolutely wonderful. And as the last thing, can I ask you, our audience, to turn on your cameras so we can take a group screenshot for our social media? Okay, Sophia and Anastasia, we're waiting for you. Okay, sweet. Just give me a moment. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I hope the session was useful to you and you will use the knowledge, even, working for a company, for a tech company, not in an IT department. This knowledge is still very, very useful, because knowing how a company operates as a one living organism is crucial. It helps you to find connection. It helps you understand people from other departments, their headaches, what kind of things you can ask them, what kind of things you you should ask other people. So it's very, very useful information, regardless of whether you're going to take on this journey or not. So Dominika, thank you so much again. And to our wonderful audience, thank you for joining. For some of you, it's pretty early, and I appreciate you making the time to join the session today. I think it was brilliant. Enjoy the rest of your day, and see you tomorrow to meet our AI architect.
Yes, thank you, Varta.
Yes, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.